Alright guys, spawning in the top right position as our yellow Zerg player on the map, Cloud Kingdom, it is StarCraft. And in the bottom left position as our red Terran player, playing for Incredible Miracle, it is IMMvP. So if you guys just missed it, Golden actually dropped his first match to MVP Dream. I believe this is his second match that Golden has played today. So he's going to need to win this match to pull himself back together. MVP, of course, took his first series against Grubby. This should be a great showing. Can't wait to see what we're going to get out of MVP in the Terran versus Zerg matchup. This should be a really great series. So, in terms of the group's way it works, of course, the top 3 advances. So you really don't, if Golden loses this match, going down 0-2 puts you in a really difficult position to get out of your group. So, MVP being one of the strongest, or possibly the strongest player at this tournament here, really puts a lot of pressure on Golden to step up his game. But MVP is going to be opening with that gas. So we've seen the Reaper openings be quite popular in the Terran versus Zerg that we've seen so far. We saw Dream do this in one of the matchups against Golden. We saw Dream do this in one of the games against the Little One. So this, not surprised to see it utilized here by MVP. These Korean players utilizing the new units as best as they possibly can to try to gain any advantage where possible. Scouting drone coming in for Golden. Hatchery is on the way. We should have a spawning pool start very shortly. On the way now. So this drone did come in. It did see the gas, so it knows that there's something up. And the Reaper is on the way, so it will be that new and improved Reaper coming out this game. Gas being taken by Golden. He doesn't want to take any chances. We've seen that the fast Zergling speed can help mitigate the possible effects of the Reaper. So, not surprising at all here. And the drone's going to come home back to its loving family. Reaper is on the way. There will be a second Reaper. Now, the Overlord does see this coming. So, MVP, this is his chance to come in here and try to do some damage. Also get a little bit of scouting done. So, this Reaper, of course, guys, if you don't know, they have the speed upgrade basically built into them now. They regenerate health when out of combat, so they can be very, very difficult to kill, and it looks like he's going to show up. He's going to go straight up this cliff and try to maybe pick off a drone to start this game off here. The gas is being mined. He's running this Reaper around. He's trying to target down these weak drones, but Golden very quickly pulling the weakened drones back. He's trying to bait this Reaper into the mineral line to be able to kill it. The Reaper steps forward. It will get one drone kill. Zergling's coming out now. And behind this, MVP's going to get a command center, a factory, and most likely a reactor to follow this up. So it's a 2 Reaper play. Reapers do move faster than the Zerglings, so kiting back, targets down the weak. Not bad at all, and this Reaper's actually going to regenerate health, so it's completely cost-effective so far, as long as he doesn't lose it. And then, oh, here's this reactor, command center, and no second gas just yet for MVP. The Reaper's going to run into the natural expansion, try to pick off a couple more of these Zerglings. 2 of them very low on health, chases them down. Now moving in, we have a couple of drones exposed. He's going to be able to grab one of those. The Queen is here to zone these Reapers out. He's going to try to run away. One of the Reapers is coming very close to dying for MVP. He does actually manage to pick it off, so good catch there for Golden. A lot of DPS lost by knocking him down from 2 to 1 Reaper. So good play, actually a little bit of what TLO did. Building, just throwing down any random building and then canceling it once the Reaper is gone. But the orbital command is on the way for MVP. And now we also have Hellion production beginning. So our LGIM Terran is also looking to go for this fast 3rd command center. A little bit of a greedy play, but opening with the Reaper can buy you quite a bit of time to go into these economic styles afterwards. So not bad at all. And Golden, well, he's got his Zergling speed about to wrap up. Mine about 20 more gas, not a huge deal. And he's going to go scout, add a little bit more with these Zerglings. This Reaper, though, positioned perfectly to prevent these Zerglings from getting any real information. But speed is done, so he's going to need to be careful. Of course, the Reaper moves pretty quickly, not quite as fast as the speed Zerglings, though. He's going to try to catch this Reaper. There isn't really anything here to actually kill this. The Hellions are now out, though, 4 of them, so Golden's going to need to be a little bit careful. We have Widow Mines coming up for MVP as well as Stimpack, so he's going to be looking to go bio out of this opening. And he's going to take his second gas now. You might actually see a pretty quick third gas at the natural expansion. Here the Hellions have arrived in the natural expansion, sniping one creep tumor. These queens are trying to shove him away. He comes by, does see this Roach Warren and this third base, so he knows there's a possibility of aggression coming up from Golden. And these Hellions just going to try to poke away. The hatchery is constructing, of course. The Hellions don't do too much damage to it, but any damage that they can do for free, why not take it? Hellions chasing down these Zerglings, moving across the center of the field. They're heading towards that natural expansion. The scouting overload will come in, sees the double engineering base, sees that command center, and also sees that Stim is researching. But MVP not going to move down. He's going to build a reactor with his factory. So he's basically just trying to help get his add-ons together. These Zerglings are going to be picked off by these Hellions. Pretty cost-effective for MVP so far. He's only lost that one Reaper, so he's doing very well in the resources traded department. And he's actually going to immediately bring his STV over and repair that Hellion. So he wants to be as cost-effective as possible, using these Widow Mines very defensively, of course. But now they're going to move out onto the field. He might try to do a little bit of pressure with these, cover some key choke points, and do his best to deny any scouting or expanding by Golden. The third base, though, is complete. He's going to begin to move some drones over there. We have a Baneling nest on the way, and the lair now starting at 9 minutes. So it is a little bit later than your typical lair, but he did go for that 1-1 upgrade first. The Widow Mine is able to grab that Overlord. Great use of him. He just brings him over. He's like, oh, there's an Overlord, a double burrow under it, and it's dead. So the Hellions applying the pressure. Starport is on the way. We should have an armory starting up in a little bit. That 1-1 upgrade is going very smoothly. It's going to be ahead quite a bit for MVP. He's about 30 seconds ahead. Now has the add-ons from that factory. He's actually just using this factory to make tons of add-ons. So his tanks are going to be pretty late, but it doesn't look like Golden wants to commit to anything serious just yet. He's going to scan the main base, sees the lair is on the way. Not super fast. He's also going to see possibly this macro hatch go down. No, he pulls the drone away, wants to wait. And now the macro hatch is starting. So this is looking a little bit like possible heavy Ling style with the Baneling nest also. It could be Mutalisks. Mutalisk, Zergling, Baneling, of course, did receive quite a few buffs in the form of that Mutalisk buff. So with the macro hatch, he'll be able to put out a lot of Zerglings. Very quickly could go super heavy Ling, Baneling, Muta. And there that Spire goes for Golden. So he is looking to go for this Ling, Baneling, Mutalisk style. He's going to actually almost make some Banelings. Possibly was intending to just run them into the third mineral line, but the Hellions are poised to defend this. And I love this Widow Mine covering the fourth base here, just completely blocking it out. Of course, he'll need to bring detection over to take that. And this Widow Mine watching the tower, so MVP, he's just using these very methodically. He's not trying to do anything crazy with them, but at the same time, we have Burrow on the way and pneumaticized Carapace, which is that Overlord speed. So there'll be a little bit more maneuverability for Golden, attempting to block bases with creep spread and whatnot. But MVP, his 1-1's done. He's got that armory completed. He has not yet started 2-2 though, and +2 attack is on the way for Golden. So he really needs to get that going. Otherwise, he could fall behind in upgrades, of course. If he starts with the next 30 seconds, he should be okay. But the timing window is only going to increase for Golden the longer that MVP waits. We have a drop headed towards the right side for MVP, 7 Marines loaded up, and on the top side we have a Marauder and 6 Marines loaded up. So he's going for a little bit of multi-prong aggression. He's going to drop this fourth base, making just to shut it down. This Widow Mine will get picked up by this Overseer and these Zerglings, but now the drop heading into the main. There are already Zerglings under it. Natural expansion drop's going to hit. There are already Zerglings under there as well, so he's not going to be able to land this. The Marines will fall out anyway, but immediately get caught. And he's also going to go for a bit of forward pressure at the same time. You can use this drop to pull the units back into the third base and then run over back into the main with the drop. So the Baneling's going to try to hit these Marines. He's going to load up and get out of there. Drop hits the natural expansion. He's going to drop back into the main immediately afterwards as well. He's just trying to be everywhere at once. MVP, very, very multitasking, high aggression. The Spire, though, is complete. The Mutalisks are on the way. The question is, did MVP scout this? Yes, he knows. The Marauders in the main base cleaning up a bit. MVP's only killed about 8 drones so far this game, but that's better than nothing. He did manage to pick up a couple of those earlier on, so the drops really didn't kill too much, but he's really stretching Golden's multitasking thin. MVP, though, getting supply blocks pretty hard at 129. He started 3 supply depots, so he's not going to be able to put anything out for a little bit, especially calling down those mules. No supply drops in this game, so he's bringing one of the drops back. Going to heal up. This Overlord did see that move, but the Mutalisks are coming and not clearing that Reaper out of the tower just yet. The missile turrets are complete for MVP. He's going to be looking to defend this aggression with the Mutalisks. Now those supply depots are done, so he's starting his 4th command center as well. getting ready to move into a little bit more of that macro late game. The 2-2 is about 70-80% done, so he's going to be able to go for a 2-2 timing if he so chooses. +2 attack will be done for Golden, but +2 Carapace is only just starting. He'll have a tiny bit of an upgrade advantage if he pushes with that 2-2. Now, Flyer Carapace is on the way for Golden, so this means he wants to have a little bit more longevity with these Mutalisks, but Widowmine gets a great hit off on one of these, and the Mutalisks take quite a bit of damage, but with that tissue regeneration passive ability they have in Heart of the Swarm, they are going to be able to regen this health very, very quickly, and a lot of Zerglings heading towards the center of the map. The Widowmine's trying to dance around a little bit, and this is what I mean. They say, hey, that's macro hatchery. He can get just so many more Zerglings out. Look right now, he's got 120 links, 22 more on the way. These Mutalisks are ducking in and out trying to deal damage. He can make a lot of Banelings if he wants, but these Widowmines are taking pot shots, very slowly dealing damage. Drops this base, makes sure that there's nothing going on over here. These Marines will get swallowed. There is another base on the right side on the way for Golden, but MVP not in a position to pressure that just yet. There are some burrowed Baneling mines. Needs to be very careful of where he goes, but 24 Banelings are on the way. Golden is getting ready to hold a big push from MVP now that his 2-2 is complete. He's starting at 3-3 very quickly. There's no hive yet for Golden, so the longer this game goes on now, the more it will favor MVP. The Zergling count is ridiculous, though. MVP's actually starting to mix in a couple of Hellbats. He's going to bring these new units in, try to use them a little bit to fruition with this the Napalm Spray attack that they have. They're not actually in the fight, though. The Widowmine's getting some hits off, but there's so many Banelings here. It's going to crash through everything and blow this all apart. Golden taking a nice fight, completely eating the army of MVP. He can deny this 4th base now if he wants. MVP not much of a position to do anything about this. By losing his forward position, he can't actually move into this 4th base from Golden. These Widowmines are positioned properly, but here he comes. He's going to try to do more damage. That Widowmine, though, gets a great hit off on these Banelings. It will die, but wow, that actually really helped to shut down this aggression from Golden. There are still Banelings here that can be burrowed. We have 35 Banelings on the way for Golden. He wants to just kind of crush through MVP. This may be him just trying to end this game. MVP's no longer producing siege tanks. He's purely on Widowmine production and Widowmine bio, so he needs to make sure these Banelings can get hit all by... Oh my goodness, these Widowmines are hitting a ton of these Banelings. He needs to run the bio a little bit farther back. He's not really... Golden's not doing a great job of baiting these out, but he's going to run right over the burrowed Banelings, and these Marines go flying everywhere. Great hit by Golden. MVP barely with the supply lead. Still, he's hanging in there as long as he can, but he can't do too much. He's kind of dancing around here. These Widowmines actually able to provide a lot of additional damage. You might be able to hit this Baneling. Nice pickup. Maybe he didn't realize these Widowmines are here. He will need to bring a...
Game paused.
Overseer over, but pause from Golden. Maybe something is up with the computer. Hopefully everything is okay, guys. Man, I love these new physics. When they when the Marines walk over the burrowed Baneling mines, just blow everything to smithereens. All right, Golden says sorry, go. MVP says go. There's a burrowed Zergling under here. If he moves the Marines too far to the right, though, there are Banelings there as well, so he's gonna hit a couple of those units. These Widowmines, though, providing some really great support. He picks off one Zergling, but everything works. Oh my goodness, he might actually get that Baneling. Nope, barely misses it, unfortunately. There are still burrowed Banelings in other areas of the map, of course, but MVP is trying to push slowly forward. His macro, immaculate this game. The Widowmine's doing a lot of damage, picks off a couple of more units, so really great control here from MVP with these Widowmines. He's actually going to build some very forward bunkers. He's getting those drilling claws, which will allow the Widowmines to burrow instantly. Basically relying purely on splitting and army control and use of the Widowmines to hold Ling Baneling with this Widowmine bio style, so... He's going to take out the 4th base of Golden. He's going to push forward a little bit with some of these guys. There are no burrowed Banelings. The burrowed Banelings of MVP, though, are everywhere. Look at the unit counting station. He has 11 Widowmines spread throughout this map, 69 SCVs, 13 Marauders, and 60 Marines. So he's going to use that drop he had in the top left to try to stop this 4th base, but MVP, quite a commanding supply lead. He's starting to bank up resources despite a few poor trades, despite getting hit by the Baneling mines and having a couple of armies swallowed. His macro is really kicking in now. The drilling claws upgrade is done. These Widowmines burrow so fast, and he's got this 4th base economy set up, so he's going to be really looking to kick it into the late game, getting these high-sec auto tracking, building armor, ship vehicle plating, and yeah, So the Greater Spire is on the way for Golden, but is it going to be enough? He doesn't really have that 4-base economy. He's spending so much of his gas on Banelings. He's now going to make another 15. He already has a good amount of them. He's stepping forward with some of this bio, and he's trying to bait him into the Widow Mines. He has these all set up in such a great position. He can just try to split behind them, force all of the Zergling Baneling to run over it, and there he goes. He's trying to step on these units. Man, this Marine must be so scared with all of these units just kind of running right up into his face, the medevac healing, and then he just backs right off. But now we have more bio coming for MVP. The Zergling force may be looking to get into attack. He's slowly advancing with these Widow Mines. Pulls the bio backwards. The Widow Mine's going to take some hits off on these Zergling forces. Now he's going to bring everything in. All MVP needs to do is retreat behind this, but some of these bio forces are going to get caught here. The Banelings moving in, maybe able to get some great hits off on these forces. We have the corpses splattering everywhere. But MVP still trading very effectively versus this. He still has units ready. There are Infestors on the field now, but they do not do that bonus damage versus armor, so the Marauders can tank the fungal growths fairly well. Moving the Widow Mines up as well, so they're going to do a great job at tanking these hits. And now with the Widow Mines positioned so closely to the base, but the Zerg Baneling may not be enough. There are 4 Broodlords on the way. That's all he can afford right now, but is it going to be enough? The third base is going to fall as well. There are more than enough medevacs, and I fear that MVP may be able to just punch right through the Broodlings and go straight to these Broodlords. A 5th Broodlord is on the way. A couple of more Corruptors coming out. Golden has gas, but he doesn't have the mineral income anymore to support this. He also doesn't have too many support units actually put under his Broodlord. He's only at 153 supply. The drops trying to come in here. The Broodlords will be able to shut it down with the support of the Mutalisks, but a frontal push by MVP could just end this. He has the Widow Mines positioned properly. Boom, taking out a couple more of these units of those floating Broodlings. The Broodlings do trigger the Widow Mine attack. He's just kind of attacking himself endlessly there, a little bit derpy, but these Widow Mines will get cleaned up. MVP is going to retreat now, and these Widow Mines are just being a bit of a nuisance, just throwing their damage wherever they can. There are some Burrowed Zerglings at the additional bases of MVP. Keep in mind there are still 2 Burrowed Banelings here that could end up being quite detrimental. There is a single Widow Mine here. He should be able to pick this off. No, excuse me, it's a Changeling. And that timer, it's hidden so well. It's like a troll. Medevac is still in the main base, but MVP is looking very sharp right now. He's getting on additional command centers. He's adding starports. He's going to be able to move into a ton of Vikings if he so chooses. There are still those 5 Broodlords, as we stated earlier, but is there enough to actually protect them? With these Widow Mines moving in, no, there's the GG! Golden gives game number 1 to our Terran player, IMMvP.